start acting a fool. Meg, Meg the horse, stallion horse, start acting a fucking fool, right? And then remember, everybody say Meg embarrassed herself. Basically, she got kicked out of Kylie's party, and Tori left just so it wouldn't be no drama. Right? Everybody know that part. Right? Everybody know that part. So when they leave now, right? Oh no, Amy, you tell me. Hey, now when they get in the car, Tori get in the car with the driver, Kelsey, and Meg. It's 4 people in the car. Kelsey's in the front seat with the gun in the bag. Tori and Meg is in the back seat. What y'all don't understand, the kicker is this party at Kylie Jenner's house is the first time that Kelsey is back hanging with Meg because she had COVID. And she went back home to Houston, Texas to recover from COVID. And then she came back to be with Meg. So when Kelsey returned back from COVID to hang with Meg, the first thing they did was this Kylie Jenner party. Kylie Jenner swimming pool party. Now, what Kelsey doesn't know when she left to go recover from COVID is that Meg started fucking Tory Lanez. Tory was fucking with Kelsey first. But when Kelsey caught COVID and went home, Meg started fucking with Tory. This is how the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion thing happened. So now when Kelsey comes back from being cured from COVID or whatever the fuck COVID is, Fauci. Now she come back from being cured from COVID. The first thing happened is the Kylie Jenner party. Now, when they leave and Meg get all funny about Tory fucking with Kylie, and then Tory leave the party with Meg because Meg make herself look like a fucking drunken fool, as Meg Thee Stallion is always known to do, right? Meg, yo, Skrill, I'm telling you, I know the whole story. I know exactly how it went. It's piece by piece. I'm breaking it down for you. So, I ain't telling y'all the crazy part yet. I'm going to tell y'all the crazy part. Because it's not the gun. The crazy part has nothing to do with the gun. Just listen to me. So now Tori leaves the party with the driver, Meg, and Chelsea. Right? Or Kelsey. Her name's Kelsey. Sorry. When they get in the car, Meg so drunk, she start talking shit to Tori about Kylie because Meg's been fucking Tory. But Meg's so drunk, she don't understand Kelsey been fucking with Tory. Kelsey thinking that's her nigga. She don't know Meg been fucking Tory. So when Meg is in the car drunk, trying to check Tory over Kylie, Kelsey now has the light bulb moment like, bitch, you been fucking my nigga. Oh, my bad. Somebody said back up off the mic. My bad, chat. Thank y'all. Anybody who tell me to back up off the mic, I really appreciate y'all for real. Because I don't like to sound like trash. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. So, when Meg and Tory got in the car from Kylie's house, when Meg lied to the driver and said that she lost her shoe, right? Meg lies and says she left her shoe at Kylie's house. Turn around so I can go get my shoe or my phone or some shit. I think it was my phone. Some shit like that, right? So now when they're in the car, right? Meg starts to try to check Tory because Meg's drunk. And everybody know Meg Thee Stallion's an alcoholic, right? So Meg tries to check Tory while she's drunk about Kylie Jenner, right? But Kelsey's in the car in the front seat. Like, what? Now, I'm going to tell you, this is how, no, somebody's, XADIUS. Hey, nah, ain't no sorry for the aggression. You helping me out, man. For real. We need help as YouTubers, as people trying out this new software. I got a soundboard. So you helping me understand how to work this soundboard. So some people, no, shout out to Depp. Depp said Meg should be in jail. No, Depp, we finna talk about it. Yo, Depp, stay in the chat. Love you, Depp. Stay in the chat. Shout out Depp in the chat. Hey, shout out Exodus in the chat too. Shout out Exodus. But so what Meg did, right, was she's drunk. So she's checking Tory like, yo, this bitch. Now Kelsey, in her drunk mind, she like, oh shit, y'all been fucking with each other? Now let me tell you how good I am at knowing exactly what happened in the situation. Everything I'm going to show you, the camera is going to be in reverse, so I do apologize. But I'm talking about driving a car. All right, in front of me. For you guys, I think the driver would be here, right? I'm going to do it in reverse for the camera. So the driver would be here. The passenger would be here, right? If it's right for the camera. If I'm wrong, y'all like, nigga, do it the right way. My bad. But if I'm in reverse for the cameras, the driver would be over here. The passenger would be here, right? Or no. Actually, y'all seeing me straight up. Sorry. So y'all not in reverse. My bad. I'm high, nigga. I'm high. I smoked too much weed. I tried to be smart. Sorry. The driver would be here. The passenger would be here. The person behind the passenger would be here. The person behind the driver would be here. The person behind the passenger would be here, right? 4 people in the car. The person who is in the front seat passenger is Kelsey. Blame Dirty. The person who's in the front seat passenger is Kelsey. Who's behind Kelsey? Tory Lanez. The driver. Who's behind the driver? Meg Thee Stallion. Meg is behind the driver. Now, this is where it gets diabolical. When Kelsey realizes that Meg is cussing out Tory over Kylie Jenner, she now understands in that moment that while she had COVID and while she went back home to recover from COVID in Houston, Meg started fucking her guy Tory Lanez. Right? Meg starts fucking Tory. And Kelsey loses it. But when they start fighting, this is where they don't want to. This the big part that they don't want to talk about. This is how you know Kelsey shot the gun. This is the one thing I'm about to tell you. You know Kelsey shot the gun. While they arguing, they start fighting. Kelsey and Meg start fighting. And when they start fighting, Meg Thee Stallion, y'all see that bitch is built like a horse hoof. That big bitch from the back seat. When Kelsey's turned around in the front seat, can you imagine somebody turned around in the front seat? We doing forensic files right now. All right? Can you imagine somebody being turned around in the front seat of a car or an SUV trying to fight somebody in the back seat, and y'all know it's more room in the back seat? Kelsey trying to get to Meg. Meg got all this room in the back seat. So what does Meg the Stallion does? Meg the Stallion puts her leg up from behind the driver. She's behind the driver through the middle rest and starts kicking Chelsea repeatedly. Chat, I know, I'm telling y'all, Meg kicked that girl repeatedly like a horse, nigga. Can you imagine you in the front seat of a car, somebody in the back seat, and they just kicking you, in your body? Not like they kicking your chair. No, you turned around trying to fight them. Hey, that nigga Blame said John Wick shit. You trying to fight them, chat. And Meg started kicking the girl like a horse. When Meg wouldn't stop kicking Chelsea, because Chelsea couldn't defend herself. When they wouldn't stop fighting and Meg wouldn't stop kicking Chelsea, the driver pulled over the car and they tried to break them up to get Meg to stop kicking the shit out of Chelsea. But what they did, what Tory Lanez did, and what the driver came around to Meg's door and did, was pull Meg out the car to get her to stop kicking the shit out of Chelsea. Or Kelsey, or whatever her name is, Kelsey. They needed Meg to stop kicking the shit out of Kelsey. When they pulled Meg out the car and Tory went around the car to try to console or see if Kelsey was okay, Kelsey was around the car with the gun and she popped 3 shots at Meg because she lost the fight and Meg had donkey kicked her repeatedly over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm not lying to you. Meg from the back seat of the car, donkey kick Kelsey. Listen to me, chat. Hold on. My bad, chat. I don't know how the fuck we even got here. She chat, I'm telling you the truth. She donkey kicked this lady from the back seat of the car repeatedly. Okay? Repeated. Oh, Nichols in the chat. What up, Novak? Nick Novak. And when Kelsey got done getting kicked, she grabbed the gun and went around the car before Tory could get to her to see if she was okay. And she started shooting at Meg. That's what happened. And Tory, what's crazy is, and Amy said that's exactly how it went down. And what's crazy is Tory being can y'all think, let me tell you something. I just need to tell you, I need to read Amy's comment. Amy just dropped another comment. I'm finna get to Amy's comment, but let me just say something. Nigga, I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care if it's who it is. It could be a child. Somebody starts shooting, bitch. I'm running, bitch. I am black, bitch. Tory Lanez took a gun from a woman that was shooting at another woman. And he's in jail for saving Meg's life. And Meg got on the stand and said, he shot me. It was him, man. And he saved her. Fuck that bull dagger, big monkey coon nigga bitch. He saved that big Nephilim Neanderthal built bitch. Let me get to Amy's comment. So it was over who Lanez was fucking. So they pinned it to him. Exactly. Tory Lanez went to jail for who he was fucking. That's it. And Meg got jealous because he was finna fuck Kylie Jenner that night. And Meg was too drunk and they made Meg leave. She been fucking Tory behind her best friend's back. And when she lied and said she left her phone or she left her shoe or whatever she said to get the driver to turn around, then she started to act a fool to get Tory to leave and act like drunk ass, goofy bitch ass Meg Thee Stallion. And they kicked her out of Kylie Jenner's party, and Tory left to keep the peace. If I was Tory, I'd have stayed and fucked the dog shit out of Kylie. But that's neither here nor there. But now he in jail because he stopped a woman from shooting and killing another woman because the other woman assaulted that woman. Meg kicked the shit out of donkey kicked. I don't, you got to imagine being in the SUV, you in the front seat, and somebody starts kicking you physically repeatedly and does not stop. Like you know how somebody beating a horn in traffic. Get your bitch ass out my way, nigga. Get your bitch ass out my way. That's how Meg was kicking Kelsey. She was kicking the shit out of her with a bunch of and the gun was in the front seat. Everybody knew the gun was in the front seat. And where was Kelsey after the physical altercation was over? I would have a threesome and made the porno. That's what I would have did if I was. But I think that's what Tory would have did, right? Tory a player. I'd have just crushed them both and moved on about my business. You know what I'm saying? But Meg couldn't be honest with her friend and just say, because now let me tell y'all why they started fighting. Let me tell y'all why they started fighting. None of this is speculation. I'm not speculating. Let me tell you why they started fighting. Because when Kelsey realized that Tory and Meg been fucking since she done had COVID and been back home in Houston recovering from fucking COVID. When she realized that shit, she said to Meg, damn, you fucking another one of my niggas? Like, I can't have no nigga. Like, you fuck all my niggas. That's how they got into it. When Kelsey accused Meg of going behind her, trying to fuck every dude that she been with. And Kelsey said, damn, you finna fuck all my niggas? Like, damn, I can't have no nigga to myself? Damn, when I was gone, y'all was fucking with each other? Are you serious? That was her response, and that's what started the fight. On God. On God. On God. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, chat? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So when people try to say they don't know what happened in the Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lane case, it's all lies, bro. You can put that shit together 2 seconds. You know exactly what happened. You know how the fight started. You know how the gun got involved. You know how everything fucking happened. And let me tell you why the gun is such an anomaly. Let me tell you why the gun is such an anomaly in the situation. Have y'all heard of anybody knowing about this pink gun that Kelsey used to shoot Meg? Did anybody say, yeah, Tory had it here at a show, or Tory's bodyguard carried it, previously? You've never heard anything about that pink gun. Nobody could say, oh yeah, it was here previously. It's registered in Tory's name. It's registered in the bodyguard's name. Right? Nobody got any history with come on, chat. I post all my guns. Every time I get a new gun, I post it. Right? I'm not saying Tory Lanez would do that. He's rich and famous. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Tory Lanez has no history with this firearm. But the firearm suddenly shows up. Right? The firearm suddenly shows up when Kelsey comes back from not vacation, but from being sick with COVID. Now all of a sudden there's a gun. There's a new person. Who's the new person? Kelsey. Where's the gun? In the front seat in a bag. Who's sitting in the front seat with the bag? Kelsey. If there was a gun, I would have history with a gun. Let me tell you how much history I have with guns. I have history with my friends' guns. Ain't even mine. I got YouTube reels with guns that I don't own. They my friends' guns. And I tell you they my friends' guns in my reels. I don't try to pretend like they mine. But that's how much guns I be around. You would have saw a pink gun if I had a pink gun. Yay or nay? So this gun has no history between Meg, Tory, or the bodyguard. But it shows up when a new person, the bodyguard's been there because he's been bodyguarding Tory. Meg's been there because Meg's been sucking Tory's dick. Who's the new anomaly? The friend who's been sick with fucking COVID, who comes back from Houston with a gun. Now, was the gun premeditated? Or is she just a gun-toting female? Either way, she shot Meg. She going to jail. But was the gun premeditated? Did you know Tory and Meg was fucking? Did you plan on getting drunk and shooting Meg? Because now we got premeditated attempted murder. How did the gun get involved? Why did you bring a... Have you had this gun before? There's a lot of questions to be asked. Exactly, Amy. If you got security, why you need a gun? That's what I'm saying, Amy. Amy said she probably knew she was fucking Tory. Meg was fucking Tory. And she went on a mission. And she waited till she got that liquid courage to try to shoot Meg over the shit. And who's to say she wasn't trying to pop Tory either? That's probably why Tory went for the gun. She probably was trying to pop Tory and Meg for fucking behind her back. That's probably how Tory ended up getting his hands on the goddamn gun. Or at least trying to knock it out of her hand. Because she probably was trying to lemon pepper wing his motherfucking ass. Hey, chat. I feel like we own to something right now. And we building. But your boy got to pee bad as a motherfucker. Like, when I tell you I got to pee, I got to fucking pee, chat. So, in my absence, we're going to play some Try to Leave Me. But I absolutely do have to fucking pee, man. Blame Dirty. I already know you got to pee too, motherfucker. But he's like, I'm not the one on camera, nigga. I can pee all I want. Nah, I know. Having a beer bladder is amazing because, you know, you can hold it for a long time. But once you pass the long time and you've exceeded that particular point of elongating your ball sack into halves, you really try to, you know. But I promise you, I won't leave you guys hanging on trash. You know, I'm gonna call this TSD Amy vibes. to the chat. Host that do the most. Fuck around, get your dumb ass smoke. Make you hide that bitch and pray to the Pope. Thank y'all for sticking around, chat. For real. Shout out Blame Dirty. Shout out to you. Yeah.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Cut one channel.
If we take those words seriously, we must act when injustice is allowed to fester in plain sight. I founded the Caldwell Institute for Public Safety after my innocent teenage brother was murdered in Chicago on June 24, 2022. I stand firmly for public safety, for victims' rights, and for holding criminals accountable. But justice also demands that we protect the innocent and stand against politically motivated prosecutions. This is what I believe to happen here. When we imprison the innocent while violent offenders walk free, which is what Judge Gascon has often done, we undermine the very foundation of our legal system. Mr. Peterson was never given a fair trial, free from bias, political interference, and media-driven pressure. I did
create a Facebook community today. I don't know if you guys got Facebook, but I did create a TSD community on Facebook today. Yeah, it's just the TSD, the subdivision of the TSD community on Facebook. Let me see. Try to get y'all to find us. Hold on. I did create something for us. Where's my community? I want to see my fucking community, okay? Oh, fucking okay. Oh, fucking okay. I want to see my fucking community. All right, I'm going to find it, but it is the TSD community. I'm going to find it. It's the subdivision TSD community on Facebook. I did create us a community. And yeah, we're going to grow it. But you can't cut the grass so low, can't even mow it. Can't even tow it.
Continued incarceration erodes public trust and diverts focus from the real work of keeping our community safe. Further, while incarcerated, Mr. Peterson was recently stabbed in prison, as many of you know, a tragic incident that underscores the urgency of this situation and the risk to his life while this case remains unaddressed. Governor Newsom, I respectfully urge you to issue a pardon for Daystar Peterson, known as Tory Lanez, in a full and impartial review of his case. California must not be a state where justice is driven by headlines instead of evidence. And in the case of George Gascon, that was often the case. So I encourage everyone here to go to CaldwellInstitute.org.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Institute, INSTITUTE.org, and sign the petition. This petition asks
y'all go sign that petition for Tory, man.
Pardon Tory Lanez. Thank you.
Good morning.
Sign that
Thank
petition
you all
for Daystar,
being here.
baby.
There's a lot of noise in the media going on with other stories, but I think that this is.
I'm gonna give y'all a little volume, chat. I don't know how good y'all can hear this white lady.
Today,
she's talking in white lady voice.
My name is Diana London. I'm the CEO of the Secret Weapon Agency, which is a crisis communication firm, and I'm also the CEO of a company called London Global Strategies. I am a member of the media as well. I'm a commentator on a few networks, and I also serve as an advisor for Giano's Institute and also another company called Promising People that is fighting to reduce the recidivism rate in this country and also to correct our criminal justice laws. As a woman who has worked in Congress on criminal justice reform, I deeply believe in law and order. I've worked alongside law enforcement. I've drafted policy to reduce violent crime. I've seen what accountability should look like. But I also know the legal system without integrity is no justice at all. When we get it wrong, when our courts fail the people they're meant to protect, we don't just ruin lives. We erode trust in the rule of law itself. That's why I'm speaking out today for Daystar Peterson, better known to the world as Tory Lanez. This isn't about fame. It isn't about celebrity. It's about fairness. Tory Lanez doesn't want special treatment. He's demanding equal treatment. And if we Americans still believe in a system where guilty must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, then we must admit this case raises serious concerns. Because the truth is, Tory Lanez is serving a 10-year sentence for a crime that evidence, which laid out here today, overwhelmingly suggests he did not commit. Let's go back to the night in question, just like Gianna was just talking about in the attorneys. As the attorneys laid out here today, the prosecution failed to produce a single shred of forensic evidence tying Tory to the actual gun. His fingerprints weren't on it. His DNA was later found to be 100% nearly excluded from the gun, as shown in the worksheet that was provided to the defense late on the eve of the actual trial, after making a request for that very document. After trial, looking at this evidence, there is a 0.01% chance Tory's DNA was on the firearm. That's a difficult statistic to equate with the story as told by the prosecution, which may be why this was not present in trial. In fact, there were 3 people that night at the scene who tested positive for gunshot residues. One of those was Kelsey Harris, as Gianno mentioned, the assistant to Megan Pete. According to multiple sworn testaments that you've heard today, including one from the bodyguard and driver with Harris on the 2 days of the trial, Harris admitted to firing the weapon during an emotional outburst. Tory intervened to de-escalate, not to harm. It is important to note, the police did not fingerprint anyone else who had gunshot residue on them that night, only Tory. Why? Even more troubling, the investigation itself was a disaster. Bullet fragments disappeared, the gun serial number was sealed, a move that blocked the defense from investigating ownership. Police failed to follow standard procedures. Why?
Not only that, when we talk about bullet fragments, chat, when we get to the bullet fragments, my nigga, everybody know Meg stepped on glass. Meg stepped on, but this is another thing that we tend to leave out all of a sudden. Meg Thee Stallion stepped on glass on camera. You can't make this shit up. She stepped on glass on camera. I'll wait. I'm the crazy person. Go ahead. I'm the crazy person. I'll be the psychopath. The bitch stepped on glass on camera. She had no problems with her feet until she stepped on glass on what Stephen A say? Put the camera on me. Which one my camera? Put the camera on me. She stepped in glass on camera, bruh. When the police was telling her, because, and this is my assumption. This part I don't know. I ain't so confident about, but I do feel like this is a great hypothesis. When Kelsey shot, she hit the car or she hit the brake light. She knocked out some piece of glass, right? Or when Meg was donkey kicking that bitch, because the car needs to be investigated too, there was glass. How glass get there? Let's talk. Because when the police was on camera and told Meg to step back, Meg stepped on what? Glass. On the body cam and on the helicopter footage. She stepped on glass. Now, did the glass come from the shots? Did the glass come from a window breaking on the SUV? Where's the SUV? Where's forensic files? Somebody needs to call forensic files.
Didn't mark shell casings on the road and didn't test others involved that night with DNA. This wasn't justice. It was a rush to judgment. Worse still, the prosecution knew the case was thin. So what did they do? They tacked on gun enhancements.
Shout out to academics for playing this shit, but I know his bitch ass finna say something on like he finna make me mad.
Oh, these gun enhancements.
That's what I'm waiting on. I already know. I'm about to go off because I know Act about to say some shit I don't fucking like.
The charges
Act been saying wild shit about the Tory case the whole time.
Accusation into a decade.
Y'all know I call myself baby academics, but not as of late.
Enhancements are a
Act been doing booty goon shit towards kids, and
but using them in a
he ain't been holding down Tory. He been doing that media shit.
Testimony.
We Tory over here, nigga.
With no criminal
when Tory got
history,
convicted, Act was like, well, the prosecution.
He had no criminal
Fuck
history.
that.
That's not justice.
It's not justice.
That's a political stunt.
It's not justice, you dick eaters.
Let's be blunt. This prosecution had everything to do with headlines and very little to do with truth. It was about symbolism, not substance. And that should concern every single one of you here today and in this country. Because when
the symbolism was showing you what they can do to niggas when they want to do it to niggas.
Process is sacrifice for public.
Come here, nigga.
We all lose. Just yesterday,
shout out Blame Dirty, shout out TSD Amy.
A Los Angeles court ruled the Menendez brothers, who brutally murdered their parents, are now